In this video, I will show you what arrays in JavaScript are and how to use them. What is an array? An array enables you to store a number of values in one single variable. That's exactly what we're seeing here with our hobbies array. And we see that an array is written with these square brackets, and within that we have 3 separate values. Very important to keep in mind. Arrays use something that is called zero-based indexing, meaning the following. The very first element in our array is not number 1 or index 1. No, it's 0. So we start counting for our indexes at 0. This we need to know for when we start accessing the elements of our array. Create arrays. Here you see 2 examples of how you can create an array. In our first example, that of ingredients, as we're creating the variable, we're also adding the elements to our array within the square brackets. In the second example, we see that we're creating a variable of students and we're just adding an empty array to it, and afterwards we're using the push method to add the elements to our array. Now the push method can accept 1 argument or multiple arguments, as we can see with Max and Luke. Change arrays. Here are 4 of the, in my opinion, most common methods that you would use to change an array. We start out by creating an array of students that contains 2 elements, so 2 names in this case. As we already saw in the previous section, we can use push to add to our array. So what it does is it takes these 2 parameters, Max and Luke, and simply adds it to the end of our array so that these 2 student names are now at after the Nora and Lara items that we already had before. Now pop, I like to think of this kind of like pops off the last element of the array. That's why we lose the item or the name of Luke here. Shift, you can see Nora is missing, so shift takes away what was at the beginning of the array. Okay, it does away with that, so it changes the array. And students dot unshift, and then we're passing in Maria, means that we're adding a new item to the beginning of our array. Okay, so push and pop, they change the end of our array, and shift and unshift, they have an effect on the beginning, the first elements in our array. Access array items. So with the example of our students array, we see that when we write students index 0 within square brackets, we'll get back the value of Maria, because we remember it is 0-based indexing that is applied here. So number 0, index 0 is Maria. Student 2, so index 2 gives us back Lara, because yes, for us humans that would be number 3, but for arrays this is index 2. Now the last example is very handy, because what if you don't know how many students you have in your class? How are you going to get to the last student's name if you don't know the exact index? Well, there's a way to find that out or to access this dynamically. And it's by saying, okay, so students, I want to get the array that is students.length minus 1. That means the following. Students.length will give us back 5. Length is a property that gives us the number of items in our array. So if we have 5 items in our array, it's going to give us back 5, just as it does in the example here. So very important, length is not the same as index. Index starts at 0, length starts like us humans, starting at 1, 2, 3, and so on. And if we say, okay, so give me back the length of the array, and then just subtract 1 from that, we're going to get the index of our very last item. In this case, it's going to give us back 4, and it would be the equivalent of saying, okay, I want index 4 of my students, and this is a way to dynamically access the last item of an array. Now you've learned the must know about arrays in JavaScript, but obviously there's more to arrays. Now, I want to know from you, should we dive deeper into the topic of arrays? If so, then leave us a comment below. More arrays. We need at least 10 comments, and then I'll make a second video on this topic. If you've learned something new in this video, then please go ahead and leave us a like. And do also consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos about JavaScript and technology in general.